Hey guys, welcome back. It's Fire Alarms and Sirens Midwest. Today we're doing another fire alarm collection video. As you can tell, nothing much changed. I know I said this a couple months ago, but for now, this is gonna be the last fire alarm collection video for right now. If I do, I'll probably post one after Halloween, another one after Halloween, or around November, or maybe around Christmas. I have not yet decided. So, for now, this is going to be the last one. I will be pulling all of my pull stations. So, let's get it. First off, we got my two system sensor PC2Rs. These are both Spectaler Advances. See? PC2R. This one is a first gen. And it's obvious because I was a font in the back and also this little notch in the bottom. Here's the other one. This is a second gen. As you can see, it doesn't have that. And the font on this one's actually a little bit smaller. As you can see. And just so you know, these are both very, very loud devices. And I'm probably going to soon to get a wall mount one, which is a P2W, which is the white version, or P2R, which is the wall version of these. So, stay tuned for that. Beside that, we got the Potter PBA 1206 6-inch bell. It's a 120 volt bell, non-polarized. No, it is polarized. This is a polarized bell. As you can see, there's a diode there. These things are quite loud, but yeah. Eventually, I might put that on a fire sprinkler system. Not quite sure on that one yet. Just stay tuned for that. Next up, we got the Simplex 2099-9901, aka the Canadian equivalent to the 4251-20. And the model of this is, I just said that, but this is a 120 volt rated alarm. Pretty good device. A good friend of mine gave me this. Good shout out to him for this. And also, he also gave me this bell. So, thank you so much for that. Beside the T-bar, we got my Wheelock HSW Exceeder. I have not used this thing in a long time. I'll probably bring this back in a future video. I'm going to make an entire system of these. If you want your first fire alarm, go for the Wheelock Exceeder. These are good devices, and yeah, this was actually my second horn strobe I've ever received. My girlfriend gave me this. I really love it. The one thing I don't like about these is how cheap it is. So the bottom snap, but it still works really good, and it's very loud too. Alright, besides that, we got the System Sensor P1224MC Spectaler Classic. See, P1224MC. This is the only model that actually is multi-candela. There's also the S1224MC, which is the strobe-only version. There's also the S1224MCW, which is the strobe-only version of this in white, and the P1224MCW, which is the white horn strobe version of this. These are good devices, and the only candela settings these can do is 15, 30, 75, and 110. But yeah, these are good alarms, and they're pretty neat. And just warning you, the ceiling mount ones do not exist, unfortunately, so... Well, the Ceiling Mount Classics exist, but not the multi-candela versions. That's as far as I know, though. But they could, but as far as I know, they don't. Next up, we got my Federal Signal 4050-001T. Rebranded by Potter, of course. These are good pull stations. I used to have two, if you remember, but I traded my friend my other one for that. So... I'm really happy with it. I might get another one eventually. These are good devices. They're kind of cheap. They're good alarms. So, I do recommend those. Besides that, we get the ESC Genesis Mini Horn. The EG1RF-P. These only do continuous without a panel, unfortunately. But they are quite nice. These are pretty cheap on Amazon, about $15 to $16. So, I really enjoy it. So, yeah. Beside that, we got my two Gentex Commander 3s. This one is the Gentex GECB24PWB. It's the notification, or the math notification blue version. And beside that, we got its fire alarm brother, the GEC324WR. Yeah, they're both the same device, except this one's obviously blue, and this one is all red and a white strobe. They have the same tones, but this one was made in 2020. This was made in 2017. Yep. But yeah, they're good alarms. Eventually, I'm gonna build a police or tornado alert system with this blue one. Eventually, I have not decided what yet. But yeah, good devices. By the way, this was my first fire alarm I've ever received, by the way. My girlfriend also got me this. Thank you so much for that one. So beside the Commander 3s, we got the Simplex 2903 9001 strobe plate, and behind it is the Simplex 2901 9838, which is a mechanical horn. And this is a strobe, not a horn, or not a light, it's a strobe. This is my favorite device right now. It's one of the most expensive, rarest, and oldest fire alarm I own. I believe this is from 1988, I think. 1988 or 1987. So it's one of those years. I lost a tag for it, so I know it's one of those two. But really good alarm. I like it. Beside that, we got the Wheelock MIZ-24 or MIZ-24-W. Pretty nice alarm. A little cute one too. These are pretty cheap as well. I think they're about the same price as the Genesises are, but they're pretty good alarms. They're loud. These do temporal, aka code 3, and continuous. But yeah, pretty neat. This is my first smoke detector I ever got for a commercial one, at least. This is the System Sensor 2400. Here's a model. There it is. These are nice detectors. These only come in photoelectric. The 2424 is the same thing, but only they're 4-wire, not 2. And I'm awaiting to get an actual panel to actually put up my system again, because unfortunately, like I mentioned in my other video, my power supply died. So you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. I'm not telling you what panel it is. This is a special one. Alright, next up, we got my Siemens UMHU-MCS, aka the cousin to the UMT. Just the difference is these are single tone, and UMTs are multi-tone. These are just like the Spectralert Classic, which is there. These only do 15, 30, 75, 110 candela. And there's a window. I might try and clean it up a little bit so you can see it better. But these are loud. Not too loud, but they're pretty loud. I might get one of these in white. I'm not decided when, but stay tuned for that. Okay, next up we got the System Sensor SR. You can see there, this is a 2nd gen SR. And by the way, this is also another Spectralert Advanced to those who are new to the fire alarm community and still learning about fire alarms. This is actually the wall mount strobe only version of the PC2Rs. And these are really good for fire alarm use. Like if you live in an apartment, you can get these because these are very quiet, as they only flash and don't make any loud, obnoxious horn sounds. But you can also get a chime if you want, but those are pretty neat. Next up, we got my Wheelock MT-1224, and this is actually a newer one. This one's 10 years old. It was made in 2016, as you can see there. My friend also gave me this along with the bell, the T-bar, and the T-bar, and this alarm is really loud too. But yeah, it's a nice little neat alarm. It's a horn only, but it gets everything well. And as you can see, I still don't have the little screw covers, but that's okay. It still works, and it's really nice for an alarm. Alright, besides that, we get my notifier, aka my very first pulse station I have. If you've seen in my video from a year ago, I made the unboxing video of this. It was with my shorts, but yeah. This The model is the Notifier NBG12L. N means notifier. The Firelight ones don't say that. Next to that we got my other BG12, the Silent Night PS DAH. Both are conventional not T-bars, conventional BG12s. So you can see, but this one is actually the hex lock version. They're really good devices, and I like these. This one I like. This one is definitely beat up, but it still works. But this one, I like having the nicer spots because it's much newer looking. So yeah. Next up, we got my Gamewell rebranded Wheelock AS. Just warning you, if you guys decide to get an AS, just warning you, these things are very loud. And those, again, those that are new to the Fire Alarm community, the Wheelock ASs actually used to look like this, but with the sharper edges. That's when they first came out with the ASs, the late 90s. I want to get my hands on one of those, especially a white one, because those are quite rare. Yeah, so a good friend of mine, Techno Liminal Fire Alarms, or whatever, like, whatever his YouTube channel name is, he has a fixed Candela version of this. I think his was also older. But I have another friend of mine who I think owns one as well, but I don't know. I have to talk to him about that. But yeah, these are good devices, and they're quite loud. I believe there's only 4 companies that rebrand the ASs, which not originally have the ASs, like Wheelock. Bosch was another one, because I know Wheel of Fire Alarms has one. Radionics and Wheelock. I think Siemens rebranded them too, but I think that's it. But yeah. Alright, last but simply not least, we got my good old System Sensor P2WL. Basically the newer, revamped version of the Advance, and the less raspy version of it. This is a good alarm. I like the L series very much. I've seen these white ones only a handful of times, or a couple times on the field. My sister's old apartment had these, along with low frequency sounders. I've seen some ceiling mount ones as well, but that's about it. But my local Lowe's has red ones, so does my local Meijer. My local Walmart has them, though, but those ones are ceiling mounts. They used to have a Radionics system with Radionics MTs and 2 ceiling mount Spectre Classics. But yeah. So as far as this goes, this is my entire Fire Alarm collection as of July 29th or 30th now of 2026. So stay tuned for my upcoming videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and have a great night. Bye bye.